What's up, everybody? Welcome all to the Jerk Monger Show. I am your host, the ever loving Brian Jerkmonger, coming at you live from Tampa, Florida. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good. Here we are on a Tuesday morning. I'm doing my walk and talk. I'm not even sure what time it is. I think it's 10 o'clock, 10:07. All right, so I'm looking fancy in my hood. I'm looking fancy in the hood, trying to stay safe from the dogs. What's going on with the dogs? I'm so scared. Anyway, so what's up, everybody? Um, had a good night last night, hanging out with Mike, and a little time with Edwin, a little time with RT Bear, just kind of celebrating everyone's everyone's deals, everyone's stuffs. We had we had I think it's almost there for Matthew Weldon and Punchline over on Kickstarter. Good morning, Mr. Hawkins. How are you? Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I did, man. I did. Had a great Thanksgiving. Freezing your buttocks off yet? A little bit. A little bit. I'm a little tired of being cold. Not gonna lie. Mayor McCheese says good morning. Good morning, and happy Big Mac to you, my friend. Morning, ex-gal. How are you? How are you? All right. So I've been walking a little bit more than the time I was communicating back and forth with my wife. So, but anyway, we had a good time. Jalapeno was going on. Andrew J, it's cold. Good morning, all. That's right. Oh yeah, it's freezing. Brian Doble, what's going on, sir? So yeah, we're doing our thing here. Uh, Getting our walk on. I hope you guys are considering walking. For those of you who are living in colder climates than it is here in Tampa, I would say to you guys, stay warm. Stay warm. I'll understand if you don't go walking today. But don't forget, the more you don't walk, the fatter you get. And that's what's happening to me. I think I ate too much last week, gained a couple of pounds, more than I expected. That's a problem. That's a big problem. So it looks like I'm gonna have to try to curb my meals even further. Snowing on Cape Cod right now. Oh, oh. Mike D'Souza, hey Elliot. Morning, guys. Just got done shoveling. Oh man. Well, listen. Turns out we're all affected a little bit, and so here's the thing: if you're gonna walk and exercise, try to lose weight, you may want to consider lowering your caloric intake as well. Apparently, I'm not doing that very well. So I gained a few more pounds. Also didn't walk for a week. I don't think I was losing weight necessarily, but I was certainly maintaining. And when you don't walk for a week, and you're still eating more, Thanksgiving, anyone? It's trouble. It's trouble on the horizon. You know, what are you gonna do? So, the good news about shoveling is it's work. The bad news about shoveling is that it's exercise in the cold. It's no bueno. No bueno, Nacho. No bueno, Nacho. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to try to keep this a little short today. I was like, a lot of work to do, a lot of stuff. I look like a gangster, don't I? Why don't we? Something. Anyway, I have a small cup going on. Need to lose some pounds. A small A cup. A small A cup. Yeah, dude. Same here. Same here. I think I'm a little bit bigger. So anyway, I don't have a lot to talk about other than excited for Lone Star went into demand. Antonio Bryce, his wrapped up last night. He ended up jumping on our conversation after we signed off, right after as we were signing off. So we're going to talk about his project and where things are going. Things are moving nicely for those guys in the brand camp. Brian Hawkins, good morning, sir. So all that's good. Hoping to continue the trend of getting things done. Excited for today. Let's see. I'm hoping to get a hold of my doctor sooner than later so I can get discussion going, and hopefully a faster turnaround on some meds to help me with my brain situation. I'm on a 3 day. I'm on day 3 of water fast. Tiffing out, toughing it out. Gotcha. Antonio Cardenas, what's up? What's up? Yeah, I'm gonna walk up the street, come back around, do my thing. Brian says, hey, you ever use Q-tips for shading? My 11-year-old daughter showed me the other day. Makes a huge difference. Yeah, I've done it before. I talked about that the other day. You can use, actually I was on Instagram, talked about that. You can use Q-tips. You can also buy blending stumps, but Q-tips do the work. They're pretty good. You don't have to spend the money on blending stumps. They are sometimes better, but just make sure you have a good Q-tip. Otherwise, you'll be scratching the board with the plastic or the cardboard, whatever it is, the stick on the paper. You want to do that. So yeah, smart. All right. It's better than using your finger. If you use your finger on your art, then the oils on your finger go onto the art and the paper. So sometimes if you're using non-acid-free paper, that kind of stuff will damage the paper over time, but it's not a big deal. But anyway, I'm huffing it here like I'm hiking. This is not hiking. What am I talking about? It's Florida. Hell, here's another vehicle coming fast, coming hot and fast. Sheesh. Take it easy. Take it easy. What's the matter for you? Anyways, my nose started to run a little bit. Anyway, all right. So how about you guys ask me some questions today? Maybe we can talk about what you guys want to talk about today, and we can go from there. Jalapeno milk. Duck is the fuzz. Jalapeno milk says, I use video game soundtracks for extended drawings and homework. Fills up background without distracting from task. Yeah, actually, that's what I need. I do that too with soundtracks and scores. Only when I'm thumbnailing, I don't. I actually prefer the silence. I do that because sometimes the music, it definitely is a tone setter for whatever I'm working on. It sets the tone, sets the mood. And if the music is too, how should I say, a rich soundtrack, if it's got really, it's not, some things are just kind of generic music, no big deal. But if I'm trying to do like a scary thing and I have on like a Western soundtrack, those two things kind of clash in my head. Did you hear that Disney World is going to try SUV-sized drones above Star Wars land? What? That's cray. Ridiculous, Brian. Ridiculous. Jalapeno says, lyrics always pull me out of concentration. Yes, same here. Draken, how you doing? Bach or Beethoven? Oh. I don't know if I say Beethoven. That sounds good. I never listened much to Bach. I have heard Bach. I think I'm going to go with Bach. Though I feel my brain's telling me, hey man, go with Bach. I'm going to go with Bach. Johann Sebastian Bach. Okay, so, yeah, what else? So yeah, I'm with you on the soundtrack stuff. If the music is too moody, it can throw off. So I have to try to listen to something. But sometimes music will kind of distract my mind and make me think of something else or a scene or something else that's nothing to do with what I'm working on. So I try to keep that, at least in the conceptual stage, to a minimum. When I'm drawing, no problem. No problem at all. Listen to anything. Almost anything. Peter Sharon, walking with the Monger time. Whoa! Yeah, baby. Yeah. Walking with the Monger. Brian Doble says Tron soundtrack is great. Or Blade Runner 2049. Yeah, that was the Tron one was from, if you're talking about Tron Legacy, that was Daft Punk. Pretty good. Let's see. Aparo or Brightfoggle? I'm an Aparo man. Aparo. How do you say it? Is it Aparo or Aparo? Where do you put the emphasis? Aparo or Paro? Aparo. I like that Paro. He was like a he was like the poor man's Neil Adams, but I almost feel like I like him more anymore. Dragon says, at work, waiting for people to talk about sports and cards. That's right. That's right. And by the way, I have not listened, Brian, to uh, Blade Runner 2049, which is good though. Brian Shearer, don't talk to me about cold. Brother, brother, brother. This is chilly. Whoop whoop, says King Crow. Mike, this is how do you organize the things you have to do? It's crazy all these things indies have to juggle. You got a system? No, and then part of that is because I'm learning and I'm asking a lot of questions that go along. But I do have an app that I would suggest. It's not perfect, I think. Maybe I'm not using it properly yet, but it works pretty good. I use my calendar. I'm starting to use it more. Combination between my calendar, Google Calendar, and my app called Wunderlist. WUNDER list. Wunderlist. Oh, I just bit my lip. There you can organize tasks. It has an inbox, but you can make different lists, and you can set dates for them to be accomplished and times. So that's definitely something to consider. Indie Dave Comics, what's going on, Indie Dave? Only listen to free use or public domain music, or your drawings will get copyright strikes. Oh, you know. Peter says, "Good morning, Brian." And Brian says, "Good morning, Peter." And then Mike says, "Brian, sure. Hey, Brian." And then Brian says, "Hey, Mike." This is getting intense. Or perhaps King Crow says, "Caw, caw," is more appropriate. I'm gonna go with that. The way I organize, says Dragon, is everything open on my PC and switch randomly. Yeah, that's how I normally do it. It has not been working well for me. So taking, that's something to consider. Like when I got back from my trip, prior to the trip for Thanksgiving, I had, on through the whole week, I had the normal setup on my phone with all my apps for social media. When I got back, after I had those maybe minor epiphanies, I don't know, maybe major epiphany, excuse me, I went ahead and I organized everything. I set up widgets on the front of my Samsung Note, one for Wunderlist, one for my calendar, and I also, ironically, made sure my clock was on there and the date and the weather. It's good to know the weather, especially when I'm walking. Lawrence V's, hey, and I say morning all, and I say what's up, Lawrence. Brian says, and God bless us, everyone. Brian, I love you, man. I love you, brother. I love you. Are you still doing the book on your iPad? Yes, Jalapeno. I sure am. My new iPad, because I had to get that last one replaced. And they all lived happily ever after. Aw. Brian Hawkins says, how cold is it in Tampa? It is 53, 52, something like that. It's not too cold, but it's cold. Well, no, actually, I think it's cooler than that. I think it's like in the mid 40s. I think it's 46 or something like that. Last that I checked. Favorite Batmobile? Mine's the Superpowers one. Oh, that's a good one, man. That was definitely my favorite. It's like a cross between a Corvette and a Camaro. I don't know, man. I grew up in the 70s, 80s. I love Adam West's Batmobile. I would drive the hell out of that. Well, no, probably not, because it's kind of cold. I wouldn't want to drive that in the cold. Is frozen a temperature? No, it's a state. It's a state. 14 degrees Fahrenheit over here, says Lauren. Elliot is spoiled. I am spoiled, shoot. But I'm only wearing a jacket. The best Batmobile is the new Lamborghini, says Dragon. Oh, I don't know what that one is. Lightning Fan says the Adam West Batmobile was a street legal car, so I'll go with that one. Although the animated series one, but you can't drive that anymore. There's no way. It's like driving a limousine down an alleyway. It's ridiculous. Why does Batman do stupid stuff like that? I don't know. Brian says, oh, okay, I think mid-40s is going to be the high in St. Louis today. Started in the 20s. Shiza. Wow. Jalapeno says, I like the Arkham Knight Batmobile. Had a good engine and could climb walls. You know, I like that one as well. That was, I never played the game. I briefly saw it. Man, I'm going to have to look that one up on YouTube also. I like watching this stuff. King Crow says the animated series Batmobile was pretty sweet. Not a favorite, but cool. All right. The Batmobile from Batman 89 is the best one. I like it. I like it a lot. It's just too scaly for me. I don't like all that weird seashell or shellfish look to it. Tim Burton's Batmobile was great. That's the same one, 89. I'd rather have a Mach 5 than a Batmobile, says Eric Hawkins. Ooh, ho, ho, ho. All right, Mach 5 from the cartoon or Mach 5 from the movie? 32 degrees in Michigan here. This is turning into the way it is on Instagram where people start chiming in. Hey, greetings from Mexico. Hey, greetings from Colombia. Hey, greetings from Venezuela. Not so much Venezuela. They're hungry over there. I'd rather the Monkey Mobile souped up 67 GTO. Huh. That does sound good. I like the Gone in 60 Seconds. Was it Eleanor? Eleanor? That was good. That was a good one. All right. You know what I still haven't seen? With all the comparisons of that movie, I still never saw Bullet. I need to watch that. Cartoon Mach 5 for sure. With a Chim Chim in the trunk. Oh, I like the movie one. The movie one's good. All right. 16 minutes. Starsky and Hutch car. Is that the right song? I think that is. Yeah, Starsky and Hutch was cool. I used to like that. And of course, generally, now I know everybody hates that flag. I'm just saying, that was the coolest car. It did the most jumps. It was either that or a Chip's motorcycle. I would have taken that too. You haven't seen Bullet? That's just wrong, says Jalapeno. That's just wrong. How dare you? How dare you? It's disgusting. Oh my God. It's okay. Yes, says Uncanny Kodiak. I had a gray cat named Eleanor after Gone in 60. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about, Arthur. That justified my lack of bullets in my life. How about the Knight Rider car? You know, I really like Knight Rider, but Knight Rider seemed, because it was so souped up, it's dated now. But I still like Kit. Kit was cool. King Crow says, I saw the new Hellboy this weekend, and it was good. Lots of great comic book moments on film. I was surprised. That's what I was saying. Nobody was giving it a chance. I'm like, you know what, to be honest, it wasn't bad. There was some weird moments, you know. My biggest concern in that movie was the hair. His hair. He looked like, it was like a hell mullet. I don't know if I like that part, but everything else was pretty cool. I'll take Dean's Impala, to be honest. Yeah, see, I like the stock cars from those particular eras. Eleanor just went up for auction and apparently has a NOS kit hooked up still. I love it. Good points, says Brian. Oh yeah, the Knight Rider car is also a fave. Love Kit, says X-Gal. Dragon says, I'll take the Transformer RC. The bike from the movie? Huh. So many great TV and movie cars, says Eric Hawkins. I would love the Bandits T. Oh, that was nice. Smokey and the Bandit. The Trans Am. That was good. Good morning, Cosmetti. How are you? Lawrence V says the paranormals in the house have to pick Mike Caine's Mini from The Italian Job. That's what I'm talking about, baby. I'm sure Brian appreciates that as well. The hair was weird, but David Arbor was a pretty good one. You know the problem is, I think I said this the last time. I don't know. Maybe you guys. This is what got me in trouble, by the way. He who shall not be named. I think David Harbour did a really good job, and I'll even say I liked him better than what's this from? Beast, Beauty and the Beast. Can't remember his name right off the top of my head. Anyway, My problem is that when I read Hellboy, Mignola's drawings are so stoic, or so he's so like such a statue, right? He doesn't look like he's got a lot of expression. I get in my mind, I imagine him speaking with a dry sense of humor and very deadpan. So when when these guys are acting, they portray a version of the character that is a little more animated than I imagined. So it always throws me off a little bit. The hair just made it a little more weird. So, but I like his look, and you should check out the Art of Hellboy book. Really good. Uh, MacGyver had 3 dope cars: Jeep Wrangler, 46 Chevy truck, 57 Chevy Nomad. Jose Alicia, the General Lee, baby. RC pink car. I drive it like I stole it. Okay, all right, okay. I see. What am I talking about then? You know what I'd rather drive? You know what I'd rather drive? Do you guys remember the car from, oh my gosh, Automan? Who knows Automan? We'll see who the old school people are. Ron Perlman, thank you, King Crow. What would the Paranormals drive? Ecto 1 or the 18 van? Ho ho ho. Uh, ooh, I'm an 18 van guy for that. It's too confining. Ecto 1's it's too cramped. Dan Aykroyd looked uncomfortable most of the time. You know? Dragon says they did update the Knight Rider car into several for an early 2000 series. Yeah, it was alright. Paranormals is definitely 18 van. Woo! Woo! See, Brian and I should do like the newlywed game. See what happens. I'd not drive RC, says Dragon. She'd drive me. Wow. King Crow says too much comedy, not enough stoicism. I agree. Yeah. Automan and Cursor. Yes, Brian, I love you. Somebody get that guy a verbal hug for me. Me, says Jose Alicia. Man, had Desi Arnaz Jr. in it. That's right. 18 van, yay. At least it didn't say Turbo Teen. Oh, I like Turbo Teen. But do you guys remember Pole Position? Who remembers a little cartoon, little underrated cartoon called Pole Position? Who knows that? Automan, this is RSV. But BA won't let anyone drive his van. I'll put it a fool. I would like to hot rod from Transformers 80s movie. I didn't like when he became Rodimus Prime. Like, really? A sports car van? What was that? I didn't get that. Peter Samedi, what's going on? Looks great by you. Can we trade? It's 28 here with a foot and a half of snow, baby. That's what you chose. You got to pick your own and keep it. Yeah, dude. Pole position. Jace and the Wheel Warriors. Jose, you got the A+++++. I remember pole position, says Lightning Fan. Remember playing it on Atari, too. Prepare to qualify. Beep, beep, beep. There you go. That was wicked bad. I remember the pole position video game. I like the insane pole position game commercial. Everybody's laughing. How you doing? Pole position was a cool arcade game too. Dude, I love that arcade game when I was a kid. It was one of my favorites. That alone. How about let's get into our arcade games. Favorite 80s arcade games. For me, Choplifter, one of my favorites. Gauntlet, one of my favorites. Let's see. Pac-Man. Donkey Kong, all-time favorite. Donkey Kong's all-time favorite. I love Donkey Kong. And Joust was good. Great. Gyrus, excellent. I still play Galaga on my phone from time to time if I'm waiting for something in a store or something. Go, mighty all bots. Brian Shearer, you my man, baby. They're fighting for freedom to find for what's right everywhere. I don't know if that's the right song, but Joust for sure. Pinball, I love pinball. But that's different because it depends sometimes on the game itself. But I love pinball. Centipede, yes, and then Millipede. An adequate improvement. Rampage was good. I like Rampage. I still have that on my Nintendo, my Wii. Favorite classic arcade game, though, I only discovered it in the past 10 years or so, is Bosconian. Which is Bosconian? How about Burger Time? Anybody like Burger Time? Maybe just like burgers. Galaga for the win. Galaga, Spy Hunter. Oh, Spy Hunter. They used to have a Jose. If Jose's still here, Jose Alicia, over at the Skate Key in the Bronx. They had a nice doom 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 doom. I used to love that game. Joust, Bump and Jump. Oh yeah, Yar's Revenge. I don't remember. I always remember seeing the name, but I never got to that one. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Dragon says was the standard arcade game when I was used to go to the arcade. Galaga. Yeah yeah yeah. So you're too young, Dragon. TMNT was good. Oh yeah. X-Men was a great combo. How about this one? Remember the Avengers game where Captain America would throw his shield and they had these weird little like pies on the floor? I don't know what they were. Little tabs or metal pies, or you pick them up and throw them at the bad guys, and you had to fight Whirlwind. Did you guys know Whirlwind was a mutant? Did you know that? MVC2 was a great game. It is a great game, but that's 90s. It's from the 90s, but I love their Area 51 game. Oh, that was good. That was good. No, I liked that Avengers game was cool because it had Iron Man, Hawkeye, Vision was in it, Captain America, and it had a really nice art, some anime-looking art. Also, I remember that Spider-Man game when they had Submariner. I mean, how many games actually had Submariner? Peter, you just pluck the heartstring for me, brother. Definitely all over 1942. I think they have it on the Retro Arcade near me, but I haven't visited yet. Hiroshi says, hey, Hiroshi. Turtles in Time is one of my favorite games, says Hiroshi. I also only saw the arcade version once as a kid, but the big kids wouldn't let me play. Aw, Squishy. I'm sorry. Mortal Kombat. I was in the Army when Mortal Kombat came out. I'll never forget it. I was in the mall and near Fort Jackson, Columbia, South Carolina. And I was hanging out in the, just enjoying the mall on a weird day when nobody was there because it was always dead there. And I remember looking at the arcade and I was like, what is this? What is this? Are there people? People inside the machine? Little people? Are they hanging on the machine? Fighting each other? I loved it. Super Street Fighter 2. Oh, yeah, Street Fighter Alpha. I really like Alpha 2. Was my favorite one. I forgot about 1942. Good call, Peter. Yes. Kui, I see you, Mr. J. Manga. Yeah, 1942 was good. 1943 was good, too. I played this one on my phones. I don't know what it is, but it's just very similar. My dad worked in an arcade up here in Jax called Stargate in 85, 86. Oh, that sounds awesome. There's nothing like that scene in the beginning of Stranger Things season 2 when they ride into the arcade and they're playing Michael Jackson's Thriller. Oh, so good. Snow Brothers was one of my favorites. Oh, Snow Brothers was cool. They had like the lizards, right? And Dig Dug was good too. Roller rink birthday parties were mostly watching the kid with quarters playing Mortal Kombat. Yeah. Walmart is selling a TMNT mini arcade that is 4-player. Yes, Peter, and it looks fantastic. I played it at the store. Great. Double Dragon, Peter Sharon with the win. I don't know if he's the win. Double Dragon was great. All those weird side scrolls. Do you guys remember Nick Fury and the Punisher one from Capcom? Awesome side scroller. I love that. The one in Titusville was Barrel of Fun in Miracle City Mall. The entrance shaped like a barrel. Oh, Lightning fan? I don't remember that one at all. The movie is great for old school video games. I haven't seen that yet. That's one of the ones I did miss. But I also heard it wasn't that great, so I left it alone. Haggis Moose says, I used to be into the emulation scene. Ran a website, Captain Coin Op. Really? No kidding. Huh. I think I remember that. Peter Sharon says, what? Puzzle Fighter used to be fun, says Dragon. I love that TMNT machine, but it's like $400, so probably not for me. LOL, says Hiroshi Paradox. See how I read these things? This is what you get here when you come to the Jerkmonger Show. You get a reading of your comments like Shakespeare. I'm like the Puerto Rican Shakespeare here. Let's see. Rodwell Stevens says, good morning, manga. King Crow says, yes, the Double Dragon 2 and Castlevania were the first Nintendo games I ever played. Now, see, this is where it gets messed up for me because I didn't have a Nintendo, the first system. We couldn't afford it at the time. My first big new system after Atari and all that was when I was in the Army. I bought a Super Nintendo. I mean, I had other friends that had Nintendos, but I did have a Sega Master System though, and my favorite game on there was Phantasy Star. But the console games messed it up. Like there was something really special about the coin games, where you just throw in your tokens or coins or whatever, and you just played the game. And if you were awesome, you played a little longer. If you weren't awesome, here in Tampa, there's a bowling alley on the main strip called Del Mabry. There used to be a place called Tampa Lanes, and they had the best arcade. And then now it's just a smoke. It's the only smoked. What do you call it? Still, you can still smoke there in the alley, and they got a lot of pool tables now. It's not as fun. Altered Beast was Sega. I loved it. Yes, the Punisher, the side scroller, was great. Oh, I loved that game. You know what else? One of my favorite, all-time favorite side scrollers. Well, also, what was it? Street Fighter versus X-Men with Gambit. That was a good one. But also, as far as side scrollers, was the Predator and Aliens game. That was dope. Lightning Fan says the Simpsons game was good too, in the same vein as TMNT. Never played Simpsons. I've seen it a lot, but I just didn't like the Simpsons cartoon. The Adventure says hello, Elliot. Haggis Moose Burger Time, Mr. Do, and Amadar. You guys remember Satan's Hollow? Puerto Rican Shakespeare, says Hiroshi. Good morning, Keith. How you doing? Everborn, you. ActRaiser on SNES. How about the Atari? Do you guys remember the G.I. Joe game on Atari? Where there's this giant cobra, stupid, was crawling across the screen, shooting G.I. Joes that clearly just square people. Did you ever go to the Tampa Picture Show? Yes, I have. I hate it there because it's always smoky, but I loved it going there when it was fun. Brian Doble says, have you seen the big Space Invaders at the arcade now? No, I haven't. Is it fun? Metroid all the way, baby. I was definitely an NES brat. Oh, see, my favorite game on the NES when I did play it with friends was that wrestling game where you could be the star guy, whatever. Peter Sharon says the OG Tron arcade, that was ridiculously hard. I could never figure that game out. I was too young for it, I guess. I hated that game, but I liked it. I liked the sound of it. In Orlando, there used to be a place called the oh man, what's it called? The Mystery Funhouse, and it had this big wizard in the front. It was a weird, spooky funhouse thing with weird mirrors and other things and moving rooms and stuff. They had an arcade at the end, and that's where I first encountered Tron, and I was just like, what is this? And why was he walking? He did all of that. I don't understand that at all. Those Sega Genesis games, dude. Streets of Rage 2. Is Deja Vu still in Tampa? I don't know. I think I've seen signs. I played some games in there back in the day. I don't know what Deja Vu is. It's an adult joint. AVP was great too, says King Crow. Everborn says, after we dropped Everborn, Ariel's Adventure, I'm doing a Streets of Rage style beat 'em up for Everborn. Oh, so guys, if you guys don't know, Everborn is a game, and you guys gotta check it out. Ariel's Adventure. Dragon says, I wasn't really a gamer until playing Chrono Trigger on SNES. Oh, I loved that game. Oh, I loved Chrono Trigger. And on NES, despite having Atari, ColecoVision, and television, and NES, well, you were one of the cool kids, and I was not. Thanks a lot, Dragon. Thanks for making me remember my childhood in a negative way. Did anyone, says Lightning Fan, hit 20,000 points on Pitfall? They said to take a picture of the screen and you could get a patch. We tried that, but the screen didn't show up on the photo. LOL. I don't know, did you ever play Pitfall backwards and hear something from the devil? But it didn't happen, but it sounds like something would have happened in the 80s. It's almost evening here, Elliot. Oh, Adventure, I'm sorry. Let's see. Justin Ward says, I bought the Sega Genesis Mini on Cyber Monday. Comes with Altered Beast, Earthworm Jim, and Sonic, and 36 other games. I would like that Earthworm Jim game, although I have it for my PS3, but Doug says that the Sega one is the better one. I don't know. Oh, I saw that big Space Invaders a while back at the bowling alley. It looked fun. What is it? What is it? Tell me about it. Hiroshi, tell me about it. Lightning Fan says, Mystery Funhouse. Oh, you remember? What about Contra? Anyone remember that? Yeah, I remember Contra and Super Contra. And remember Rush and Attack? Rush and Attack, get it? Rush and Attack. I love that thing. They have a giant Galaga and Pac-Man 2. What are you talking about, Hiroshi? That was on International Drive. Yes, it was, Lightning. Yes, it was. Lightning, that was a long time ago, maybe 90s. Contra games are great. Yeah, I have a modern version of it on my PS3, I bought on the PlayStation Store. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, B, A, select, start. What's that? Speaking of time travel stories, don't forget to back Chrono Mechanics. Thank you, Dragon. Thanks for reminding me. So, guys, don't forget, we do have Chrono Mechanics is out by RT Bear, the incredible RT Bear. Chrono Mechanics, a story about these guys who mess around with time and work on it. It's like, I think he says it's a little bit like, was it Family Guy? I think he said meets Back to the Future or something like that. Pretty cool. Life Force. Oh, I do remember Life Force. I remember the Life Force movie with that girl that was naked all the time. That was freaky. It was like space vampires. It was pretty cool. Have you ever played Another World? Yes. Yes. Yes, the adventure. I have played Another World, and I have it on my phone, but it doesn't work as well. That was an interesting game, and I remember like it was an interesting story. I like to see the whole thing played out because I never got that far in it. Uncanny Kodiak says no, but I was scared to play Queen backwards for many years because religion. Yeah. My favorite game of all time, says Everborn, is NES Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I had that on my, my 3DS. Up, down, down, left, right, B, A, select, start. What is that, Hikaru? Hikaru, how you doing? Andy Hayes says, yo, Elliot caught you live today. What's the haps? Andy Hayes, I'm feeling great, baby. I'm feeling great. Keith Perkins says, you may be cold, but it's snowing here. Baby, it's snowing outside. But no, it's just cool. No, it's just cool. It's warming up a little bit. Konami code. Oh. You don't know the Konami code? Nah, I didn't play. I didn't get that. I was poor. King Crow says, that was the 99 Lives cheat code for the first Contra. Oh, okay. Lightning fan. Jerkmonger. That was a cheat code for Unlimited Lives for Contra on the Nintendo. Probably the most famous cheat code ever. But my favorite thing about video games is that weird game that says we are capture you, something like that. That's funny. The Space Invaders is like a giant screen, but you sit there and control it with this light gun thing. It looks like it's part Space Invaders, part Missile Command. Missile Command. It's beautiful. I love it. Eric Hawkins says, I missed the good old games, darn it. Anybody remember Deadly Moves on Genesis? No, don't remember that. Do you guys remember Chakan the Forever Man on Genesis? Loved it. Great idea. It's snowing here too, says Jay Hamilton. Everborn Link to the Past is one of the only Zelda games I've beaten. I don't think I've ever beaten any game. Oh, that's not true. I got really far in Phantasy Star, and I got to this point in the last dungeon when I was fighting this dragon that I didn't have enough HP to kill the dragon or to survive his attack. But so I can only keep. It was like that movie where you just keep repeating your life. It was bad. No Snow Where I'm At, says Adventure. There was a RoboCop game too. Yeah, it was terrible, but the Batman one was worse. My best friend had the E.T. Atari game. Oh, Lightning fan. I wonder if she still has it. She'd be like a cajillionaire. Would she though? Because they were all like in the landfill somewhere. Have you seen the new Harley Quinn anime in DC streaming? Not for kids. I haven't, Peter. I don't have DC. But maybe I can find friends. Ooh, Phantasy Stars, says Hikaru. I had Rocky on the ColecoVision. Never had that, but I loved me some Mike Tyson Punch-Out, though. RoboCop versus Terminator was a great game. Don't remember that one at all, Venture. King Crow says, I played Deadly Moves. Pretty good, man. All right. Keith Perkins says, you guys make me feel old. Oh, I'm older than all of you, probably. Haggis Moose says, I'm on a few games just now. New Star Wars Jedi game is good. Oh, I remember the old, do you guys remember the old Star Wars arcade game? And then the Empire Strikes Back, and then Jedi with those polygons. I loved it. I'm a fighting game fan, says King Crow. I love Street Fighter games. I'm terrible at them. I love them. Mortal Kombat, never really big fan, but I like the art. What about Bubsy? I don't know, not at all. Sharon Marlowe. Hi, Sharon. I don't think I've ever read your name in here. Good morning, Sir Walker. How you doing? Arthur Brown. KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, will always be my forever unmatched favorite game. For me, it's Tomb Raider, #1. Haven't completed any Phantasy Star games other than the PSO. Oh, not me, man. Keith. Lightning Fast Jerkmonger, I'm a year younger than you, and my first game was Pong. Oh yeah, Pong was good. And PSU. 100. Do you guys ever have the Panasonic system, 3DO? I had that. And my favorite game on there, and still, it's probably one of the first times I've ever encountered anything actually in the vein of Cthulhu, was Alone in the Dark, the first game, with those terrible polygon maps. But man, that was a fun game. Very moody, very scary. Mike Tyson Punch Out. I lived that game. Oh, R-Type is a great game as well. Yeah, R-Type is awesome. I love R-Type. Yeah, R-Type. EverQuest is my all-time favorite game. Rest in peace, Brad McQuaid. I don't know what you're talking about. I remember seeing infomercials for 3DO. Yeah, I had one. That's one of the first Madden games that were like 3D. And I had it, I think. Didn't know what I was doing. I still know how to play football. I get it. I get the premise in general. I'm just terrible at that game. I mean, playing it, and also on games. All right. Zelda Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time. I have that too. I just got King of Fighters 13. It's good, is it? I like Xrd? I forget the name of that game. Only play SNK Fighters for 3DO. I always wished that I had a Neo Geo so I could play Samurai Showdown 2 in particular. I love Samurai Showdown. Only, let's see, SNK fighting games are good. They're good, says King Crow. Mike, this says you can play Tomb Raider 1 in the browser now anytime. Just search for Open Lara. What? What? What you say? What you say? What are you talking about, Mike? Are you telling me that there's a way to play that game online, and you just type in Open Lara, and that opens up a game? Is that what's happening here? Double Dribble. No, I don't know about that, but do you guys remember NBA Jam? Oh, he's on fire. Need to get me a Neo Geo EMU for the Mac, for your Mac. Oh man, I'd love to get one. I don't know which ones are good though. Super Off-Road. I don't remember that though. All right, guys. 41 minutes, 54 seconds. I've done my cool down. I'm about to ramp up another fast walk. I'm going to go back to work now, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you all for coming by. I hope that if you guys don't mind, if you guys are still here, please hit that like button. That helps, my interaction with you guys. What do you call that? Engagement. Also, be sure to make comments in my comment section as well. I like those too. And also, consider. Let me see. Check out Brian Shearer's Gunship Thunder Punch on Indiegogo. Check out Chrono Mechanics. Check out by Art T. Bear. Check out Garbage Man by Aaron Lopresti. If you're still interested, if you know anybody that might be interested in Lone Star, let them know it's still in demand on Indiegogo. What else is it talking about? Let's get engaged. Baby, it's cold outside. You will. Have a great day. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Also, what are some other ones? I think Matt Weldon's Punchline is still going on over on Kickstarter. And there are some plans. I might take something over to Kickstarter. And yes, don't forget Doom Kicker now on Indiegogo. But yeah, I am thinking about doing a Kickstarter for Doom Kicker. I'm a little nervous about that. Anyway, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you all so much for everything. You guys are fantastic. I love you. Oh, I love you. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay beautiful. Stay beautiful. All right, I'm done. Peace out, guys. Take it easy.